Patience Agbabi, author of The Infinite, published by Canongate. It's my first novel and my first book for kids. Thank you to BookBound 2020 for inviting me to give this reading. The Infinite's a time travel adventure story featuring 12-year-old Elle. Elle is a Leapling. She was born on the 29th of February. In this book, a small percentage of Leaplings have the gift, the ability to leap through time. On her 12th birthday, Elle and her best friend Big Ben go on a school trip to the Time Squad Centre in 2048. She's received a strange message from the future. Leaplings are disappearing in time. Elle must solve the mystery of the missing Leaplings and save the world. As well as being a Leapling, Elle is autistic. She's passionate about language and athletics, and the book's told in her voice. The book's set in an unspecified southeast England town, and it begins on the 26th of February 2020. I'm going to read an extract from chapter 1. At the beginning of the chapter, something bad happens to Elle at school. She leaves the classroom in the middle of a lesson and accidentally leaps 1 hour 59 minutes into the future. Then she runs home. This extract introduces you to Elle, her best friend Big Ben, and her grandma. When she comes through the flat door, even though she's out of breath from walking up the stairs, Grandma sings, "Elle, Bibi Imbele," and looks at me with her what big eyes. Most people just call me Elle. My full name is Elle Bibi Imbele Ifie. I write it with accents so people say it properly, but they still get it wrong. Ifie means time in Izon, which is a Nigerian language. Bibi Imbele means mouth sweet, as in sweet talking. I like having time as one of my names, and I like sweet talking, except when I'm tongue-tied. And I love Elle because it's a palindrome like Hannah. It reads the same backwards and forwards. Before she died, Mum called me Elle after the fashion magazine. Grandma says Mum died before I was born, but that doesn't make sense, does it? Grandma says Mum was in a coma after the car crash, so it was like she was dead. Maybe that's what she means. After Mum died, Dad went back to Nigeria and married someone else. I don't miss my mum or dad, because I don't remember them. Grandma's like a mum to me. She's very short for a grown-up. I was the same size as Grandma 2 years ago. People say, "Elle, you're tall for your age," but they don't know my true age. I'm not 11 going on 50, like Mr. Branch says. I'm 2 going on 3. I bet you've guessed why. I'm a bisextile, a leaper, a leapling. I only celebrate my birthday every 4 years. This Saturday I'll be 3 leap, and I'm going on a school trip to 2048. We'll be staying at the Time Squad Centre. Only 4 pupils from my class were chosen. They sent secret letters to our parents 6 weeks ago, and I had to read mine out to Grandma because she can't read or write, but still puts on her glasses like she can. I was so excited and scared, I almost went tongue-tied. My favourite line from the letter was, "Elle has been chosen for this trip because she scored the highest for effort in past, present and future for the whole of 7th year." Leaplings are just like annuals, but a tiny percentage of us have the gift. I had to swear the oath of secrecy on my 2-leap birthday after Grandma discovered what made my body fizz. She swore the oath too. The room was round and dark, with no windows, and whichever way I looked, there were people holding hands with each other. I didn't know which way to face. The walls smelled of the woods after it's rained. One voice said my gift was extraordinary. I love that extraordinary means very, very ordinary, but extraordinary means the opposite. Big Ben has worked out the gift is super rare. Only 0.6 recurring of Leaplings have it. If you let him, Big Ben would say 0.666666666666666 and keep going on to infinity. Big Ben's in the same class as me at school. He's autistic too. He has short, scruffy hair that's blonde and brown at the same time, though he's never had it streaked, a round face and extremely long legs. He corrects Mrs. Grayling in double maths on a Tuesday afternoon and she gets cross. His real name is Benedict Nowak, which is Polish. Grandma likes his name because it means blessed, and her own name is Blessing Ifie. He's called Big Ben because of his height and obsession with timing things. Big Ben has a stopwatch that times things down to 2 decimal points. He times me doing the 100 metres even when I don't want him to. He can't help it. He times everything. And throws chairs when he goes from 0 to 10 on the anger scale. Big Ben's already been excluded from 2 schools. At his first school, he overturned his desk and books went everywhere. He'd only just started second year but was very strong. He went to the same primary school as me after that. In 6th year, he threw a chair because the teacher told him off for talking when he wasn't. It landed on the teacher's desk and snapped like firewood. Everyone cheered except the teacher and me. I missed him when he left. Intercalary International's his last chance. After that, it's the pupil referral unit. That's a school for children who get excluded and they can't find another school to take them on. I worry Big Ben will end up there one day. He never remembers to do time out. When I do time out, I do running round the playground or the athletics track. He doesn't throw chairs at people now though, just at tables or chairs with no one sitting in them. 0 occupancy. Big Ben's favourite car is a Lamborghini Asterion, which goes from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. But his ambition is to time its acceleration down to a nanosecond. That's a billionth of a second. His uncle's a second-hand car dealer. Last year, he told Big Ben he'd teach him to drive when he was tall enough. He didn't expect that Big Ben would grow 6 inches that year. Now Big Ben can drive better than his uncle, even though he's exactly the same age as me, and it's illegal to drive a car until you're 17. Everyone thinks he's my boyfriend, but he's not. I hang out with him because he's clever and kind and times me when I'm running. He says I'm the best sprinter in athletics club because I'm faster than boys the same age. Once I was crying at school because PLMS kept repeating everything I said in a silly voice, so the teacher gave him detention. Big Ben gave me one of his socks straight off his foot. It was dark grey, at least a size 10, and smelt of cheese. I hid it in my bag because people might make more fun of me, but it made me feel much happier. Big Ben doesn't care what people think. He'd never give me perfume or flowers just because I'm a girl. He says, "Am I your boyfriend?" 100 times a day. Grandma's plaiting my hair before bed. I love it when she plaits my hair, even when she cornrows it so tight that I can't close my eyes in bed for the first night. She says it must last a long time, so the tighter the better, but it pulls my skin so I look like I've had a facelift. It takes days for my face to feel normal. Tonight, she's doing single plaits I can comb out in the morning. I sit on the floor and she sits on the sofa behind me, combs my hair with the afro comb, then the fine-tooth comb to divide it into sections. She massages pomade into my scalp, which smells like tar but in a good way. Some of the other pomade used to make me sick, so we only buy this one. When I start shuffling on my bottom, shifting from one side to the other because I find it hard to sit still on the prickly carpet, Grandma sucks her teeth. Elle, Bibi and Belle, you are too antsy-pantsy. Sit, not run, or... Grandma likes singing my name. Tonight she's happy. I know she's happy because she's singing while plaiting my hair, and she doesn't have to work hard to pull it tight when she's tired after a day of cleaning, because it only has to last till the morning. I'm happy too, because it won't feel like a facelift, and I'll be able to close my eyes in bed. But when I get into bed and close my eyes, I don't sleep. I worry. I worry Mrs. Siekler was so offended I ran away from her, she'll stop being nice to me in school and won't be my favourite teacher anymore. I worry someone will find out about the illegal leap and arrest me and send me to a young offenders unit which is prison for teens, though I'm not 3 leap yet. But most of all, I worry about the bad thing that happened at school. I open my eyes wide to make the bad thoughts go away, but it doesn't make any difference. My mind plays back today like a film on a loop. Each time I see it, it's exactly the same as the first time. Every sight, every sound, every smell. It's bad because even though I know it's going to happen, I don't know what it means. Today, I got a text from the future. I often get asked, what inspired you to write The Infinite? I think some of the ideas came a long time ago when I was in primary school. I absolutely loved reading, and my favourite books often featured a portal to another world, like Tom's Midnight Garden. Anyone interested in time travel should read it, because you never know which year it will be in Victorian times, when the clock strikes 13 and Tom sneaks out of the door. I had a teacher into time travel too. The best homework I ever got was to create a time travel diary. I've always been fascinated by the Great Fire of London of 1666. So I wrote one entry in brown ink, and my mum singed the pages to make it look authentic. I wrote other entries too, but that one sticks in my mind. Do you have a favourite year? If you could time travel, which year would you travel to? Is it in the past, the present, or the future? Which day? And what would you do? Write a short entry for that date. It could be descriptive, it could be a conversation you had, it could even be a poem. If you're into art, you might want to illustrate it with pictures, or make the paper look more interesting, or even just draw a picture instead of writing. If you enjoy that, think of another one. Write several and create a time travel diary. And what about me? I often get asked, which year would you visit now? Like Elle, I'm into athletics, so I'd go back to the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico City to watch Bob Beamon set the Olympic record for the long jump. It was so unbelievable at the time that fellow long jumper Lynn the Leap Davis said, "He has broken the Olympic record by a half century." Davis was right. 52 years later, 8 metres 90 is still the Olympic record. You don't have to be a Leapling to leap. Thank you very much for listening for this reading. Good luck with the time travel diary.